Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Green Thumb Prepper. So today we are going to be planting some of my cannabis seeds that I've germinated on paper towel in the fridge, or on top of my fridge. So I've got all my soils ready. I've already washed, cleaned, and sterilized these little pots to prevent any sort of pathogen that could have been in them from the last time they were used. I've pre-moistened my soil. A really dry soil, guys, is hydrophobic. It doesn't absorb any water. So when you're starting your seeds, always pre-moisten your soil. You don't want it wet. You just want it slightly damp, right? So you can kind of grab a handful of it, let it go, and it'll kind of puff back out, but kind of stay into shape. You don't want it just falling apart. So we pretty much got everything ready. Most of the seeds have germinated. Some of them haven't, so they'll just go back in the bags. The seeds might also be dead seeds, so that's possible too. So all we've got is, I've got each one of them labeled, right? Pre-labeling, when you're doing this sort of thing, is going to take all the confusion out of it. Because the last thing you want to do is plant 10 little pots like this and then forget what you put where, right? Because, you know, same sort of thing. Normally, for labels, I use these. It's just strips off a yogurt container, right? Cut the top off, cut the bottom off, write on it with a Sharpie marker, and just stick them in your pots like this. They're easier to read. You don't have guesswork. You're not trying to read little taped on labels. But at the moment, I'm all out of tags, but I've got some yogurt in the fridge. So when those are done, I'll just wash the container, chop them up into tags. So here's the seeds, right? Got a nice little root going on, right? These are 2 days in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. Some of these are a little longer than I'd wanted to, but some things came up yesterday. So when you're planting these, be really gentle. Those little tiny rootlets are super sensitive. So all you do is, I use a Sharpie marker, makes a nice little hole, put your hole in your soil, take it, root down. If you have to open up your hole so you can get your fingers in there to get your root down, go ahead. Plop that in, put your soil over the top, one down, that's it. And so in this mixture, this is my living soil blend, and it's what I grow all my cannabis in. And just so everybody's aware, legally in Canada, I'm allowed 4 plants per household. So yes, I've got 10 pots here, but I'm assuming about 50% of them are going to be males anyways. So not all of what I'm planting here is going to end up being done by the end of the season. Like I said, any of the males in here will just get trashed. I'll just throw the males out. So like this was in here way too long. See, it's even got the first set of cotyledons growing. So this should have been in the soil before today, but things came up, so it's just the way it's going to go. See, look at this. All those little rootlets now are sticking to the paper towel. Yeah, figures. Yep, see what it's done? It's grown right through the paper towel, and it's out the backside. So you gotta be super gentle here. See, there's the back end of the root, right through the paper towel. Can do surgery. There we go. All right, root. Good. This is way, way, way too long, guys. Way too long. You never want to let your roots get like this. So we'll see what happens here. This is definitely not the best outcome for what we're trying to achieve here. Nowhere close. But it is what it is, and I know you guys all understand that sometimes life just gets in the way, right? So that was our Gorilla Glue 4 and our Pink Kush right here. Next is going to be, that's our power plant, and nothing happened with this little seed. So I'm going to stick them in the soil anyways, even though it didn't germinate. And I'll just put him in the soil and we'll just carry on. Here we go. And these are the campfire seeds. So that's about as long as you want one of these roots to get. That's about a ½ an inch long. Okay? So you just put it down in your soil. Make sure your root is facing down. Cover it up. And I didn't pack any of the soil into these pots. I literally scooped it out of a bucket. And so it's super light and fluffy. Because you want these little roots to just be able to push through this soil real easy. You don't want them to have to struggle here. Put it down, just like that, into the soil, cover it up. There we go, that's that one. Next is the 2 blueberry seeds, and they have just started to crack, right? So into the soil they go, about a ½ inch into the soil. Same with this one. Into the soil it goes. And then over here we have the purple kush. That's a nice little one right there. Look at that. Right? Oh. There we go. You go down in there. Little soil over top. And then the last one hasn't cracked either. So I'll just put it in here, and if I don't have any success in the next 2 or 3 days with these seeds coming up, I'll just restart them. I've got enough time this season to restart any of these seeds if I need to, but I'm gonna have to do it really fast. So in case you're wondering what's in my living soil, we've got Epsom salts, compost, Gaia Green Veg, alfalfa meal, Promix HP, mycorrhizal spores, eggshells, and coffee grinds. And so that's what's in my living soil. And then in about a month from now, see how light and fluffy that is? Watch, I'll just water it and the whole thing will just sink. See how it's just sinking? And now that whole top needs to be pulled back out of the soil. Sweet. Get back down there. There. Talk to your plants, guys. Your plants love it when you talk to them. Give it a bit of water. We don't want this whole soil really soaking wet. We just kind of want to wet it a little bit. And that'll just kind of give these seeds the little start that they're going to need to get going. It's not complicated. Just provide them what they need for life. And away you go. So that's it. We're going to put these someplace nice and warm. These 2 that have already germinated above the soil, I'm going to put in an east-facing window while I get some lights set up. Where's my lights? Oh, lights are up there. I've got all my lights packed up because we're moving, right? But everything here will go under lights. These 2 are going to go in the window for today until I can get those lights up and running. And within a matter of days, we're going to have all plants growing out of all of these. And the season's officially started, guys. Once you have stuff in soil, you're rocking and rolling. So that's all for today. Oh, yeah. Dechlorinated water, right? Like a lady was mentioning last time, where I'm at, they also put chloramine in our tap water, which is like chlorine but worse. It doesn't evaporate. So you can kind of, what I did for this stuff here actually is I went outside and I just kicked open a big pile of snow and I took a whole bunch of fresh snow, and I just melted it out in the sunshine because it's 17 degrees today. So this is snow water, but normally I would be using tap water that I've let sit out for a couple of days, or in the summertime what I do is I run everything through my Boogie Brew Plus filter, which filters out you name it. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for coming over, and hope this helps you along the way. And for you guys who, if you guys want, you guys can get some seeds and follow me along, and we can do this whole process together. There's not a lot to it. I'm going to get really in depth with how I grow these things. You don't have to do that, but there are, I wouldn't say right and wrong ways to grow cannabis. There are subpar ways and much better ways. So depending on your output and how much effort you want to put into it, cannabis is one of those things, the more effort you put in, the better product you're going to get at the end of the season. So if you don't care and you just want to stick some seeds in dirt and just let them grow, have at it. That's your choice. I don't grow like that because for me, I'm not going to spend my time on, you know, doing a little bit of work and receiving a subpar product at the end of the season. I'm out in my garden pretty much on a daily basis. So the more love you get, or the more love you give them, the better final product you get. So stick along, and we'll all do this together. And if you guys like the video, please subscribe, like, share it around, leave a comment. A comment really makes a big deal with the YouTube algorithm. So thanks, guys. This is the Green Thumb Prepper, and off to my next project. Cool. See ya. Bye.